I like to call Kadarka actually a pirosbor, so it's not a proper red wine. In Hungary, we have this light red word, and that's what we aim for, and therefore we can, except the very cold vintages when it really doesn't get ripe. If it's a bit rainy, or if it's not a totally hot vintage, then we can still make a very good light red wine of it. And on the other hand, we intentionally, if we could go to an October harvest as well, because the weather would allow it and it wouldn't rot, for example, because of the rain, we still don't do it. So we rather pick it, I would say, the first half of September. Sometimes it's rather in August. So through this stylistic or harvest date and harvest methodology, what we have learned, I think we are quite reliable in Kadarka. We make quite a lot of it. So usually it's around 1-2% of the production of our fellow winemakers, or maybe 5%. We have around 15% of Kadarka with these 3 hectares, and we are planting more. So this became a very important product for us. And Porkoláb-Völgy, so we have a regional wine which we call Szexárd, and Porkoláb-Völgy is a very nice historic appellation where we have some Kadarka parcels on the hilltop, which is very windy, also quite shown by the sun. So how do you say this? So quite a warm location. Mm-hmm. And this windiness really helps with Kadarka because it's got big bunches, compacted bunches usually, very thin berry skins. So whenever there is rain, Kadarka usually starts to rot, and this wind helps us big time. And we have one little parcel, which we have in a western facing slope in Porkoláb-Völgy at the top of the valley as well, which is quite ripe and very, very broad and approachable. So, and these little parcels, which are 1 clone each of like 0.2 hectares and so on, these we pick completely separately. So usually we have around 10 to 12 lots of Kadarka that we process. It's very, very different from how we work with Kadarka, from how we work with Merlot, let's say, because we have these small parcels. It's super selective. So usually we pick every parcel 2 different times because of some of the unripe bunches we still try to get ripen in 7 to 10 days after the first picking. And from these small lots, we can pick out the best. And these I like to put in amphora to age, because I really would like to, first I like oxidative aging because I think it adds to the wine in its density and length, but also these amphoras that we use, these are clavers from Italy. These are very, very neutral in their aromatic development. It doesn't really add anything to the wine, but still it ages much better than in stainless steel. Mm. So that's our little of high-end Kadarka that we make.
And I already took a sip in it, and I think I really love St. Laurent, to be honest. I don't know if you love this variety or do you have great experiences with it, but I always think of Kadarka as the red part of St. Laurent. So it's a very delicate kind of sexy, very vibrant, very animated kind of wine, but already in the glass, if you take a look at the color, it's more red typically than St. Laurent, but still kind of feminine, I would say. And but also have this spicy element to it, have a lot of like cranberry and tea, almost hip tea aromas, I would say, and this tartness somehow, but still it has I wouldn't say it's a tart cherry kind of aroma, but still have this raspberry like, or this almost strawberry like sweetness or ripeness on the palate, but still has this spiciness. So I think that the layers what really built up there, it's fabulous, I would say. And also already in the nose, these rose petals or almost hibiscus, so this really delicate flowery kind of aromas. This is very enticing. It's still very, I think Kadarka is on its own a very mysterious and very kind of unique aromatically, the grape variety itself. And that's why I was also very happy that you use this delicate kind of winemaking, or almost low intervention kind of winemaking, right? And I would also be curious, why do you use these methods, and how does Kadarka like to be handled in the cellar?